Welcome back. You could be sitting on a nice little earner and you don't even realise. New laws are being introduced allowing homeowners to build granny flats in their backyards, rent them out and pocket the cash.
This is your golden opportunity.
Are you excited?
Yes, very.
I'm helping to pay off my mortgage faster by using the space in my backyard.
There's gold in your backyard. Just ask Sonia Woolley.
It's a bit of a work in progress, Chris, as you can see.
Sonia, a real estate agent, is building a granny flat in her backyard.
From an investor's point of view, they could look to double or triple their rent return, and from a homeowner's point of view, they too could use spare space in their backyard.
So you can basically turn your backyard into money, make money out of the backyard.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It was just dead space, so use it, put a granny flat there, let someone else have cheap housing.
Lyndon Watt built a granny flat in his backyard in Sydney's West and rents it out for $280 a week.
Granny flats are just a good investment. It's a good way to get a bit extra money each week.
New South Wales was the first state to allow granny flats for rent to someone other than family, and now rules are slowly changing elsewhere. In Queensland, it's a council matter, and Sonia's council in Ipswich is the first to allow it in the Sunshine State.
So this is the first one that was built here in Ipswich under the relaxation of the planning scheme.
Sonia suggested a Victorian investor build this house with a granny flat and rent out both.
We had tenants already lined up waiting to move in here, but if you have any instance where one is empty, you've still got income coming in, so your mortgage is still being paid. It's a win-win for everybody.
So Tracy, did you ever see yourself living in a granny flat?
No, not for at least about 20 years.
Tracy Lawton needed to downsize, and when this brand new granny flat came along, she grabbed it.
I don't hear my neighbour, I only see her occasionally if she comes over or if I go over there. So we just look after each other, make sure we're both secure, we're okay, and that's it. Between
them, Tracy and her neighbour pay more than $2,000 a month towards the investor's mortgage, making it a pretty attractive option. Effie Zahos is from Money magazine.
When you think how relatively cheap they are to build, say about $105,000, you're getting $380 in rent a week. I mean, that's a gross yield of over 18%. To get that kind of return in the investment world, it has to be a very, very risky investment.
Sonia thinks it's such a winner, she set up a company which builds granny flats. Among her first clients, Jim, who's 82, and Kath, who's 79.
There you are. You can see where you're going to live now and your view.
Jim and Kath wanted to live together but not in the same house, so each sold their properties and between them they could afford this arrangement. Jim in the house and Kath in the granny flat.
The prices went right up that we thought we'll go in for something like this.
Still, Effie Zahos points out no investment is risk-free.
Should the market turn, should rent go down, then people might think, I actually don't want to live in a granny flat. I can rent a home for the same price.
Maybe so, but for the moment, Kath and Jim can't wait. Even though you're not in the same place, you'll be able to shout to one another.
And she shout at me.
Shout at you, think? Come and get a cup of tea?
That'll be something new.
Oh, that's 10 pounds.
And as we mentioned, every state has different regulations when it comes to building granny flats, so make sure you check with your council to see what's allowed.